And obviously, Chris was obviously upset with what happened with his family.
Yeah.
And just for you as a teammate,
Yeah.
just maybe speak to that a little bit.
Oh, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
A similar situation happened last year in Milwaukee. I don't know if you guys I don't know if this one ever got out, but a similar situation happened with my girlfriend. She got hit in the back of the head, and then beer was spilled on her. And it was kind of a big scene, and it really frustrated me. And I didn't hear about it like with Chris. He saw it kind of in the moment, but when it happened last season, I didn't hear about it till after the game, and I was really mad. And you know, my family was there and handled the situation.
Right.
You know, if anybody knows my dad, you know he loves handling situations. That's his best attribute. But it's frustrating,
Yes.
and for him to have to deal with that, you know, it's so wrong on so many levels. You know, it's just harassment. It's all those things, and I feel for him and his family, and you just wish there's more you can do. You know, and without saying too much, you wish you could kind of pause everything else that's going on and handle the situation.
Right.
Kim, was that during the finals that happened?
Yeah.
And did
The fan was removed and banned and all that stuff,
Okay.
and Milwaukee handled it on that end. But it's just like our friends and family, they come to watch us play, and just to, you know, they're proud of us, and like there's no room for them to be harassed and attacked and, you know, treated that way. Like it's really ridiculous.
did you I mean, maybe you don't know, but do you think in that situation or last night's situation, the fan knew it was family members or just someone wearing Phoenix paraphernalia? Not that it really matters either way, but like
That's a good question. I think this fan knew it was family. I think last year you could assume it was friends and family, given she was right next to my parents and my little brothers who look like me. But yeah, you know, it was actually at the same time I had to dunk on PJ. So my
same game then.
So my parents were out in the they didn't even see it. They were out in the concourse dealing with this. Nobody saw it.
Jeez.
Yes. Yeah.
Cam, do you think it's one of those things where it might just be better off for them to have their own section or their own suite just for at the point we're dealing with it now the last couple of years?
I don't know. I heard last year the family members were kind of spread out, and that was a little detrimental, you know, because you're just surrounded. You're in your own little pocket. I think when they're kind of closer together and occupying their own section, it's safer for them, because they're surrounded by, you know, our other friends and family. But I think a large part of the responsibility has to be on fans. That they just can't act that way, you know, and you know, there's no other way around it. I think you got to address the problem, which is the real problem, is that a fan can't go up to somebody's mother and harass them.
It's the last. You don't want to have like a text from your mom saying, "Come to the game," and then just think in the back of your head, like,
yeah, like, oh, I hope she's safe. Yeah,
like,
you shouldn't have to think that. You're right. Yeah. Exactly.
But the point you're making is almost like a college situation when you go on the road and all the parents sat together in a group.
I assume it would keep them safer, though. No.
Right. That's what I mean. But that's what happens in college, where it's like all the
and they're right behind the bench, like a little section of the wrong color.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. But you know, I think the fan was removed yesterday, and you know, so I think the arenas and staff are trying their hardest to address the situations as they come up, but I still think they shouldn't come up in the first place.
Yeah, in the games 3 and 4 got best. What was going on in terms of what Dallas did differently? You guys did differently. What happened?
They were attacking the paint and kind of getting to their spots, and it was freeing up a lot of shots, and they were making shots, and they were making plays, and they were playing hard. And now it's on us to respond to that, and you know, do what's made us successful up to this point.
When you look at just the threes that they're getting, and is it strictly Luka's drawing D and he's pitching it, or is it a matter of guys just sticking with their guy regardless of what Luka?
It's a combination of things. It's too hard to sum up with just one statement. But Luka is getting them open shots and is finding them. Jalen's finding them, and those guys are knocking them down. So you have to, you know, honor that and respect that going into the next games where we can't give them, those looks, those comfortable looks, and we just got to make it harder across the board on everything.
And you guys have been in 2-2 series a couple of times over the last year now. How much do you draw back on those moments, or is it just another game? No different
You draw back on those moments, and it's not just another game. The big thing to keep in mind this time of year is that every game's a privilege. Every game's an opportunity. Every game's a privilege. It's a privilege to be in the situation. It's a privilege to be in a 2-2 series with home court advantage. And, it's something that we've worked for. And this is the exciting part about basketball. This is competition. You think a team's just going to lay down because they're down 2-0 at their home court? No, they're going to come back and give you everything they got because, they're just as competitive as anybody else. That's what got them to this point. And we have to show that, our competitive level is in its own league. And we're capable of that. We've shown that all year. And that's what it's going to come down to these next couple of games.
Cam, Jay was saying last night that offensively, a lot of what Dallas is doing, but defensively is taking away the main option first, and it's coming out of the second, third option. What does that mean you guys have to do when a defense is taking away that primary read since they know what's coming so often?
I think we need to be, a little more unpredictable in our pace and our ability to move the ball and then hit shots. I mean, I missed a handful of wide open, easy shots that, I'm kicking myself in the butt, and they're big ones, timely ones. So we're getting open shots. I don't think offense is necessarily the issue, but it's definitely something that we're not saying we did perfect. There's definitely things we can fix, and I think just kind of keeping in mind with that attacking mindset will also translate to more success on the offensive end.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, appreciate that.